Welcome to my YouTube channel. Grow with Google Cloud.
So today I'm going to talk about how to deploy a Agentic AI application on GKE with the Agent Development Kit and the Vertex AI, the version Gemini 2.0 plus of 2.5. We'll test it out. So in this architecture diagram, first of all, some basic software need to be installed, like Python and Docker. So all that in your local laptop should be. But instead of using local laptop for now, for demo purpose, so I will be using Cloud Shell. So Cloud Shell already, Docker, Python, all are installed already. So what we'll have to do for this video, first in the GitHub repo, clone this code, and once you clone the code, then how you will create a proper permission IAM rule to the service account, and then how to create a Docker image. And once the Docker file is ready, then we'll run the cloud build. So in then cloud build, once run, it will create a Docker image, then push into the artifact registry. Once Docker image is ready, then we just create a manifesto file to deploy in Kubernetes engine. That will be agent deployment YML file, and then kubectl apply to agent service.yml file. That will be create a load balancer for the service to access the agent AI application where we have deployed into GKE. But in the Vertex AI to call the API to use the Gemini 2.0 or 2.5, whatever we can. Then ultimately the end user, how they will access the application, that I'll show you, and how AI agent basically will deploy into the Kubernetes and GCP. So this is all about the high level architecture. I'll be explain and I'll show you a demo, right? So let's go ahead and start the demo. First, if you don't have a GCP environment, first you ready with your GCP environment, right? Let me refresh here. So you have to ready with your environment. Once your environment ready, so you open your Cloud Shell. So your Cloud Shell, every step will be performed with your Cloud Shell. Just the follow the steps what I'm doing, and based on that you also try to follow the steps and try to do it. So in this video, we'll be using like a agent development kit is a flexible as a modular framework and deploying AI agent. Although it's optimized for Gemini and Google ecosystem, ADK is a model agnostic and deployment independent. It's built for the compatibility with other framework as well. And GKE is a managed Kubernetes service for deploying, scaling, and managing the containerized based application. And the Vertex AI is a Google Cloud unified ML platform which leads the develop, build, and deploy and scale the AI ML model. For Agentic AI application on GKE, Vertex AI provides essential tool and service including access to LLM like Gemini 2.0 Flash. So before going to start the lab, start the actual demo. So GCP environment need to be set up and build a container image for your agent, and then deploy the agent into GKE cluster, and then lastly test your deployment agent. So before going to start, so need a project and the billing need to be enabled, and couple of API need to be enabled, right? So the artifact API, cloud build API, and this container API, all these API need to be enabled, and then just need to set a environment variable. So the environment variable we need to set here like this. First you need to set project, then export the variable like region, project ID, project number, all set. Now we just clone the Git already exists. So already I had cloned it. So now go to the directory, my directory ADK Vertex. So here I just want to create a GKE cluster. So it will take some time to create a cluster. Okay, so we will wait for that. Now cluster is ready. So now we'll go to create a artifact registry repository for the Docker container. So now my artifact will create. Then I just want to fetch the URL. Yes, this is my URL. You can see. Now I just want to grant the computing in default service account. Require some rules like artifact registry writer, storage object viewer, and logging viewer. So let me give the permission. Yeah, permission given. Now just I will build and push a agent container image to artifact registry. So now let me build. So cloud build will do all the steps. So one by one I'll check. So we'll just create artifact registry. I'll check artifact registry. You can check here. This one is the artifact registry, and then cloud build. Parallelly we'll go to check cloud build. Cloud build. So in cloud build, I just check the process is going on, as you can see. So ultimately cloud build is to create a build and create a Docker image, downloading all the packages, and then it will create a Docker image. So that Docker image will be stored into the artifact registry. That if you just check here, my Docker image is already created and stored here. So the process is going on after push preparing any others, and it will display here. So my Docker image is already ready, and just let me refresh here to check. As you can see, ADK agent Docker build and create an image, and just now the time I can just now store into the artifact registry. So the next process to verify that the image has been posted or not, physically I show you, right? So it's already pushed to artifact registry. So now my next step to check the location to configure the kubectl. So kubectl just to configure kubectl to communicate with the cluster. So the basic process to here, I just click on action, click on connect, copy this, okay, then just put here to communicate cloud shell to cluster. Now we can able to interact with the kubectl. So now we'll create a and configure workload identity federation for GKE access. So here this process like the Kubernetes service account in IAM service account to securely grant the agent access to Google Cloud Service. So how we'll do, first I will create a service account, Vertex SA, once created, and grant the service account the AI platform user permission, this particular service account. This is the service account and rule. I just provide the AI platform user rule. Now what I'll do, I'll create a kubectl service account. Once created, then annotate to cache to link it to the service account which I created. Basically, it's a workload identity federation techniques for security purpose. Now I just annotate the service account to the kubectl service account and grant the service account permission to act as a workload identity federation for GKE user for cache. So let me do that. Once done, so now we'll check the deploy and configure the agent application. So what I'll have to do, I'll have to create a manifest of deployment YML file. So for that, I need a couple of things like my Docker image, and I have to create a file like sudo vim, and I create a file. So this is my manifesto file. To change bit here, I'll just take the image URL name, image URL. Based on that, I just provide the correct image URL into my manifesto file. This is the image URL 414013. Okay. Copy the path. Let test. ADK agent. So old file, let me delete it. So my file updated. Now I just want to deploy it into Kubernetes. Now my cluster is empty. After deployment, it will show in the workload. Right. So let me deploy now. Let me refresh. Now my deployment successfully done into cluster. Now if I want to expose here also, I want to expose it. Just I want to expose it here. It will take a little bit time to create a services. So this is one way. So other way around, like to deploy directly the service. Like just want to show you the code. this manifesto file you have to write, and then the command you will use, this command you use like kubectl get service ADK agent service, so it will also work. Okay, so now my services is also ready, so external endpoint, so I just want to check continue to the site. So now my capital agent is already set, so now just to ask hi, where is the capital? Trans capital is Paris, as you can see, and how it's working properly. And some other questions also I can ask here. The full structure also I show you the full structure. This is the request and response, how response we are getting in the event, the request, event details. So the capital agent created and how I interacting with that capital agent. Like for example, what is, where is the capital of India? So this agent, the details which I not provided. Let me show you. If here, if I go to open editor, see. So this one, and if I go to here you see the app details and agent, and this is agent, the capital of France, and the capital of France is Paris, example. So this is the query which I had set here, right? For example, if I'll ask to Japan, I'll ask for Japan, so I'll get the response. Here if I'll ask for Japan, what is the capital of Japan? So I'll get Tokyo. So similarly I'll ask for Canada, right? So I'll get the response here. What is the capital of Canada? G. So whatever the response which we have given here, the code, and based on that we get the result, right? So you need to set what exactly we're trying to create a agent. So basically this agent is a capital agent, as you can see, this agent name is a capital agent, and the name of the agent we have defined, and some response which we have provided, and how the response which we are getting related to agent, capital agent. So similarly, like if you on the Docker file, this is the Docker file, and requirement what the package need to install, these are the mandatory package to install, right? And this is all, and this is the main file where the application is running, right? So the application is running in a local, right, in the web page. So this is the piece of code where you can able to talk with the agent, right? So this is all about this video. I hope this video will be helpful.
Thanks for watching my YouTube channel. Do not forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Looking forward to see you in the next video.